here early. Sometimes it's good to be early. But our show starts at a specific time. You should remember that. Let's get started then, shall we?
Dillon, I don't give a what you think about a co-host and freshen up my show.
It might not be flashy, but sometimes you just gotta toss another person to make a statement.
My show's about the people's podcast. Everyone has a voice. I don't need a co-host. Go listen to one of the other 5,000 shows with a co-host because they don't have a mouth like the big guy.
Opie, are you a career killer with Tim Sabian, yourself, and many others?
Be myself. Never had real issues with those people. They just understood that I was a different bird. The rest of them, though, I'm like, oh, shut up. I'm paying your salary because the ratings are so good, so shut up.
Hey,
Live from
Somewhere.
it's
Dillon.
Good whatever, everybody. Whenever you are listening to this, this is Co-Host Auditions. I am your co-host, Dillon. And today, our host, I'm not very familiar with. Jonathan Van Ness is from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. So I have got my strange eye to add a little angle to what he's looking at. And I put on something I'm sure the Queer Eye guys would love. A tacky 1970s car salesman jacket and a fedora. I'm sure that they would just be absolutely thrilled with this choice of outfits and have no objections to it whatsoever. Hello, McFoyd. I do recall you. You've stopped in a few times. Came with our gameplay streams. We'll be switching to WrestleQuest once that comes out in a few weeks. And good morning, Dabblestorian. I am putting on an outfit to match my host. I want the host and the co-host to have a theme here. And Jonathan Van Ness appears to be wearing a blouse in our third. I know we'll get to 2. We'll see if we get to 3. It's a crime against fashion, your outfit. Well, we'll see what the men of Queer Eye think of this outfit. I think they would be a big fan and have no notes whatsoever. And I am attempting to make this accessible to audio format. Yeah, I did say my tacky 1970s car salesman jacket and a fedora. I know that they would be very happy with this outfit over at Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. But today, Jonathan Van Ness is talking about the subreddit, Am I the Asshole? He's got a series on this. We will definitely get to 2, maybe 3 before we get out of here. And yeah, I'm not very familiar. Let's hear from Jonathan and get more familiar with this former groomer for Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. This better be DMCA-free.
Am I the asshole for telling my extended family how many men roughly my sister has slept with after she outed our youngest brother as a virgin? Sounds good.
A little tit for tat there. It sounds like equal asshole. You just matched her assholery.
Okay, let's read. We had a family dinner this evening. My family has 4 kids in total. Me, my elder sister, 29 years old female, younger sister, 24 years old female, and younger brother, 22 male. Extended family attended our family dinner. So all of our significant others, our cousins, aunts, and uncles, etc.
Okay, big family dinner.
During the dinner, my elder sister and youngest brother got into a mild disagreement. My sister seemed, at least to me, to be coming across as very aggressive out of frustration and losing said argument. The 2 of them were too absorbed in their argument to realize the rest of us were getting...
Okay, we've got the oldest versus the youngest here. And there is often a very different dynamic as it changes. The older sibling will often think that the younger sibling has it easier. And I'm aware I had it better than my eldest because my family had more money. My mom and dad were doing better, so they were little better living.
Eventually, my sister got really fed up and said, "Shut up! I'm not going to argue with a 22-year-old virgin." My brother hadn't done any personal attacks up until that point. It was completely unprovoked. I think it might have been the alcohol, as my sister is a mean drunk. What a bitch. Anyway.
That is always a trigger to those deep down feelings that shouldn't be said, being said. So drunk oldest sister, the littlest brother is annoying the shit out of her. Middle sister, you middle sistered it up. You didn't need to get involved in this.
my sister to grow up and that she was making an embarrassment of herself. She replied by saying everyone knows he's a virgin and she didn't say anything wrong. This annoyed me as my bro definitely has confidence issues and doesn't need to be made fun of like this. It's like fine to be a virgin, you guys. So I responded by saying how she slept with well over 100 men while she was in college, and that since everyone in the family knows that it's not a big deal, right? Turns out her husband didn't know this amazingly. I genuinely assumed he must have known. He left the party angrily saying my sister misled him about her past. Sounds like he was fucking fun. Family is blaming me for their marital problem.
Oh boy, now you're getting wordy. I think we got the story. I will get to the off-topic chats in a bit. I'm trying to make this more accessible to the audio format, and that is a complaint they've had of other podcasts, of show is flowing somewhere and then you get off topic. So I'll hit those up at a later point when we get to a
I refuse to accept I did
point
anything
here.
wrong. My sister bullied my brother in front of everyone. All I did was give her a taste of her own medicine. Well, you guys are shaming each other for different reasons. Your sister got slut shamed, your brother got virgin shamed, and I guess I would say that like both are fierce. Like it's great to be a virgin, or it's great to like have slept with over 100 people. Like wherever you are on the spectrum of sexual activity is like a great place to be in the spectrum. I love a spectrum.
The sexual spectrum. Yes, I have traveled many paths of the sexual spectrum, from nothing at all to filthy, filthy whore, and it's really a circle for me of being a filthy, filthy whore and getting nothing.
So I do think she is kind of the asshole because just because it's like my stepdad always said, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You know, 2 wrongs just don't make a right, and you didn't have to go slut shame your sister. Okay, next one.
All right. A little less insight than me, honestly. I just said that they matched the assholery. Thanks for dropping in, McFoyd. See you on the gameplay streams. Dabble Storian, I will get to Chris Chan next week. I will not preview that one. I'll go ahead and just do it probably Monday. Tomorrow will be TikTok around the clock at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Good morning, G-Rob. And given a good morning to the rest of the chat, I think that guy sold NFTs. Oh, I bet this guy did sell NFTs. Like there were a lot of celebrities that got behind the NFT scandal, the NFT pyramid scheme, whatever the fuck that was. I didn't touch that. No, that was cryptocurrency that I was like, all right, let me put $100 into this, and didn't turn out well so far. But on to the next one, pretending to get fired. So far, it's looking good. Like I have a co-host position next to him. We're both dressed very fancily. We've got good fashion senses, and I'm adding more than he's adding.
Am I the asshole for pretending to get fired when customers get a temper with me? I'm a high schooler with a weekend job at a coffee shop. My coworkers who work weekends are James, the owner's son. He goes to my school. He's a shift manager, but it's not a real formal thing. He's a friendly guy. So sometimes customers will come in and just be angry about such little stuff, like literally blow up about nothing. I don't know if they're in a bad mood already and looking for someone to take it out on or what, but it's a lot. Like
okay, I don't think I can do him at 1 1/4 speed like I usually do. He is talking fast. I'm having like comprehension skills, getting lost in his words there. One of the few times where I'm going normal speed.
How sad do you have to be a grown-ass man taking your anger out on high school and college kids? So James and I were joking about having a little fun with them and hopefully getting them off our back.
Well, now it seems really slow since we started.
And some guy was having a temper
1 1/4, doesn't it?
about how we don't make the coffee hot enough, which I couldn't do a thing about because I gave it to him right out of the machine. So James came in and was like, "Sir, is there a problem here?" And the guy started ranting at him too. So he was just like, "Oh, this is unacceptable. You're fired." I started acting real sad, like, nope.
Does he not know that that's original poster? Is he still getting familiar with the Reddit terms? I don't believe that Opie Hughes is involved in this story.
Please don't fire me. My family needs the money. I need this job, please. And he played up being a hard ass, telling me to take off my apron and leave. The angry guy started to backtrack. Like, it isn't that big of a
This is the stories you curated? I don't know about you guys, but this one's putting me to sleep.
problem. You don't need to fire her over it. I didn't mean it. And James was like, no, we pride ourselves on the best customer service. Of course, after all that drama, I still have my job.
Wall of text.
And we've done
Talking of Chris Chan, here's a wall of text. Oh, man. I think your producer could have edited this down or picked some better choices for you.
Couple of times. Whenever a customer will lose their temper at Danielle or I, James will storm in and fire us. And almost every time the person who had come in angry will apologize and say they didn't mean it. It's kind of satisfying making people realize their actions might actually have consequences. Anyway, I was telling my friends from school about this, and a few of them thought it was mean prank to let someone go away thinking they'd gotten someone who desperately needs the money fired. Am I the asshole for this joke? No.
You lost me.
No. But I also feel like
Next.
that goose star.
You are.
Dramatic reenactment. Oh, okay, yeah.
Hi, I need my coffee.
You lost me in way too many words in that story. So let's see this
There you are.
dramatic reenactment to help me out here.
This is not hot at all.
That's
I need a new one.
I got it right from the machine.
I just don't believe you. I feel like.
Oh yeah, that's what the original thing was about. The coffee wasn't being made hot enough. Yeah, that wall of text after that was very unnecessary. And G. Rob agrees. This guy is a boring reader. Maybe there's another style of podcast that James Van Ness is doing next time. Maybe he improved. Perhaps we should go ahead and jump to number 2. Maybe on his second attempt, he did better. We're going to assume that as a actor on TV, he can notice his flaws and get better. So let's go to number 2.
Am I the asshole for kicking out one of my bridesmaids for showing up in the wrong dress? Honey, no. Because if I would have been the bride, I would have killed her. She's lucky she got
She's she brought a knife basically in wearing something that the bride did not approve. You're basically pulling a knife out and challenging her to a fight. That's
out with their life.
silliness.
You showed up to my wedding in your own dress. Who the do you think I am? Do you think you're in some average girl's wedding? No. Beyonce, it was who the do you think, you know, my 23-year-old VF wedding was.
Maybe don't block your face with that.
Can you?
Yeah, see, he's still improving. This is a work in progress. They didn't do any rehearsal shows. They just went straight to it, and they're working out the kinks. G. Rob, he's a boring reader, hard to follow. I think I brought that up. Maybe they should have the reading over the reenactment, like the thin blue line. Yeah, isn't the thin blue line what the Dark Side of the Ring took after? And actually, I do agree with you there. That's a good gimmick to have the reenactment intertwined with the reading. We'll see if we have any more reenactments in episode 2.
Can you leave me alone? My 23-year-old female wedding was back on Saturday, the 31st. Oh, my 23-year-old female.
And now you're talking slow again. I'm going back and forth between normal and our regular 1 1/4 speed with this guy. Maybe it was just because he had that boring way of reading that I was me and G. Rob agree, having the comprehension skills.
Wow. Can you imagine getting married at 23, you guys? 23. You're probably going to get divorced. Like,
just straight out of the
you
box.
probably are. Like most people will, but you really are.
A lot of people getting married at that age are now turning into swingers. The pineapple on the front lawn. And that is an option that some people it's right for, but there's a lot where they are just trying to save a doomed marriage and getting last ditch effort. And anyone who's fresh into polyamory, I am very wary about. But someone who's been doing it for a while, they have an established set of rules which we will not break. The thing is, the other guy is being much more fashionable about it. I do have Dabble's story and asking about our hair. He has wonderful hair as well, with a little bit of waviness to it. My hair right now, actually, I prefer it less long than this. I keep saying I'm going to donate it as a wig, just like I keep saying I'm going to do yoga. So one of these days I'll get it back because I like the certain curliness. It's weighting down on it. It has a different volume to it. And yes, a very attractive man. Look at him. He's much more stylish. He trims his beard much more often than I do. Mine, one day I can look up and just be like, oh shit, that's pretty unkempt. Let's do something about that.
Because you're only 23.
Good morning, Bouchetine.
23.
Talking,
Anyway,
am I the asshole
I'm a
Reddit?
23-year-old female. Wedding was back on Saturday, December 31st. And New Year, did anyone even come? And I'm still getting backlash from.
He's getting very distracted by this. But then again, that's kind of the point of this show, isn't it? All right. 23-year-old's wedding on New Year's Eve. That seemed like a good idea at the time.
So I wanted to know. Yes, you were an asshole for having your wedding on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it seems like a good idea. A lot of things seem like a good idea, But yeah, a lot of people are going to be fucking upset with you for making their New Year's Eve plan your fucking wedding.
I think. Don't you think? Like, it's kind of like just already, I just feel you're a 23-year-old who thought to have their Christ. Are you the asshole? In the country I live in, it's currently winter and we get a fair amount of snow. So my wedding was a winter themed wedding. The color theme was forest green and gold. My dress was obviously white and I chose the color of my bridesmaids' dresses to be forest green as well. I mean, I guess that could be pretty. My MOH's dress was black and everyone was to wear gold accessories.
We're getting down and dirty about this. She needs to let us know every single detail of how beautiful this wedding was, that she is not the asshole. She was making a great New Year's Eve for everyone. Did the reception start at 11 p.m.?
Have this friend. We'll call her Dumb Slut. Just kidding. She wants to call her Cat. I have this friend, we'll call her Cat, that I asked to be one of my bridesmaids. When we went dress shopping and I told them the color theme I was going for, Cat immediately expressed that she thought forest green was a bad choice. She said that she thinks it's not a flattering color and I should...
I look bad in forest green. This is not happening. Yeah, she's got the holiday theme there, the Christmassy New Year's Eve theme going on there. And this one girl who doesn't look good in pool table green says not fucking happening.
Should choose something different and more girly. Ew. She suggested pink, a blue, even a red. I said no, but thanks for your opinion. She found out my mother...
Okay, that's kind of Christmassy. Trying to sneak in the red if you go green, red, green, red.
Of husband's dress was black. Oh, thank you, Ian. Oh, God, these streets.
He's still learning the terms. I'm very frustrated with some of the abbreviations as well on Reddit. Some are just so unnecessary and make me just malfunction for a moment, like I almost just did there.
People in their weddings. She found out my maid of honor's dress was black and asked if she could wear black too. I said no. Only my maid of honor is wearing black. And if you don't like that, I'll go chew a cup of water from Hinkley and you can have some of that. Fast forward to the wedding day, everyone's getting their hair and makeup done, and Kat shows up 30 minutes late holding a bag that looked like it had a dress inside. I asked her what that was for. She told me it was for later on at the reception if she got uncomfortable and wanted to change after pictures. I was like, okay, cool. So fast forward.
Oh, and she just fucking sprung it on her. She's lucky that when they played Here Comes the Bride, she didn't just storm down the aisle and fucking tackle her. Yeah, the visuals did turn out to be a very important part of this story. Pardon me, Dabble story. And if he had a voice or gimmick, then great, but no. Yeah, I think the 1 1/4 speed is where we're gonna stick. And he seems to be rushing it now because I went from normal speed to 1 1/4. That normal speed was a little too monotonous for me.
Forward, we're all dressed and walking down the stairs because the ceremony is beginning in 30 minutes and we're going to take some pictures before.
And he does. He's going back and forth from fast talking to slow talking, and you're trashing my scene. I don't have my video clips up to get to the trashing my scene so quickly. Yeah, we'll just continue. Moment has passed.
Kat is the last person to come down and she's wearing a black dress. I confronted Kat and asked her what was going on. This is getting good now. She said she hates her bridesmaid's dress as the color is ugly and makes her look gross, so she's wearing black. I told her, please go back and change. She refused and started walking away from me. I said, I'm going to ask her one more time, and if she doesn't oblige, I'm calling security and kicking her out. Yeah.
It sounds like, yeah, he has the tone of reading in front of the class. This is something that he's... I'm now curious of how he talked on television, because as I said, I never really watched Queer Eye. He was part of the reboot. The thing that I know most about Queer Eye is that they may or may not be crab people, as South Park told me.
Yes. She began yelling at me to
see again.
So I called security
because I put it on normal.
I asked
that's
them
why.
To please escort her out. She started making a big scene, yelling how I'm such a that I can't force her to wear anything and that I'm a horrible, inconsiderate friend. The wedding went on and it was truly amazing. Ever since the wedding, Kat has been blowing up my phone and text saying some really nasty things and asking for the money back she spent on the black dress. It was a waste and she didn't get to wear it.
This has started a big rift. Your friend was the asshole. You are the bride. You are the coach. You are the foreman. We do not fuck with
her number.
you.
Some of my other bridesmaids have been giving me shit saying that it was a little harsh kicking her out and embarrassing her like that, and that maybe I should give her the money back. Am I the asshole for kicking her out? I say no. I don't think you're an asshole. And your friend. But that's what happens when you get married when you're 23, because all your friends are like immature little nightmares. Also, like, my mom has the most
Yeah,
amazing.
was she a 19-year-old? Was she still in high school? This is a very immature thing to say, no, I will not follow the bride's order to wear the bridesmaid's dress she picked
story of
out.
all time. She was a bridesmaid in someone's wedding who's really important to us, who we love. And this person had my mom, who is a beautiful woman, wear a like royal blue sequence strapless,
Very Princess
like
Diana.
princess skin tight, like strapless corset with like a princess bride gown. My mom was like 55 and did not want to have her arms and her tits out. Like it literally was like a sequence blue version of Cinderella's ball gown. And my mom had to walk down the aisle in front of our entire hometown in that outfit. And she did it. And ballet flats dyed to match the color.
Mhm.
Like my mom is a trooper for that
Mhm.
shit. So she could do that, you could do this. And it's just not about you, lady. Like, am I the asshole for walking out?
Oh, well, work is hard. Uh-huh.
On to the next one.
Of a restaurant, my girlfriend and I were having dinner at a restaurant when she got a text from her best friend who recently gave birth, and she said, oh my God, she got a C-section. She works as a nurse, so she then explained to me the type of incision they make for that and how it'll leave a scar. I then, as a
Yeah, his speech patterns, I've almost every episode I do at 1 1/4 speed, and it isn't too fast, but he keeps slowing up, and here he's slow enough to do this 1 1/4 speed. That last one, he's very much like reading in front of the class. He's not comfortable in front of the camera in this manner, and certainly he was very comfortable. He was on several seasons of Queer Eye as the groomer. And what else do we have here? It's rushing to the next concept before we conceptualize it. It's hard to follow. It is an improvement from the first episode, though. Yeah, maybe let's get one more story, and then we'll go to the third installment of this.
The joke said,
See if he. Actually, I'm in the middle of this one right now. Let's go ahead and jump to the third one now. I don't think we need to get to the. He improved slightly. Let's see if he improves slightly again in the third installment, which was released just last week. Not wearing wig to wedding. Oh, more wedding stuff. Well, he is playing into his audience. And together, if I was your co-host, JVN, we could get a larger web of folk, because that's not my audience.
this one doesn't seem very sexy already.
Yes, and here he is in his blouse, and that is why I am wearing the 1970s tacky car salesman outfit. All right. Look, they improved the set. It isn't just tossed together like the first two were and up against a wall. He's got one of his Queer Eye guys, probably his house, actually, looking very nice, looking good for the camera. He's got a very white theme with his laptop, with his beige blouse, with his curtains. Am I the asshole for not wearing a wig to my cousin's wedding? 1 1/4 speed. Let's see if this works, because he is very inconsistent with how he is speaking in front of the class.
Am I the asshole for not wearing a wig to my cousin's wedding? This is another Reddit story without f***ing. Oh, God. Okay, fine. My 20-year-old female cousin. And then it says parentheses.
Okay. When he starts reading, let's go to normal speed. When he's just talking as himself, let's go to 1 1/4 speed. That appears to be the method. And yeah, once again, he's starting to plow through it. When he had, I guess that was more of his natural cadence that he introduced himself with. And now he's reading.
Parentheses, 25-year-old male, got married last week. I've only met his wife, 25.
Oh, he got worse again. This is so boring the way you're talking, JVN. Maybe as your co-host, I could come on and read these to get you to mainly react to them, and then I will give some of my side points. Oh boy, you reading these are fucking brutal.
Once we had a brief conversation at a family party. I'm not close to my cousin. A few weeks before the wedding, his wife called to demand I wear a long wig and dress to her wedding. I have a peak.
I wish I would have pulled a clip. This is why I would love a producer to preview these ahead of time so we could have a middle school reading in front of the class. You are such a performer, but not in this manner, JVN. I hope that by the 4th episode, you kind of improve again instead of digress.
Peaky Blinders haircut at the moment and was planning to wear a suit. She insisted I can do whatever I want, but for her wedding, I have to suck it up and dress appropriately. I told her she absolutely does not know me well enough to be asking these kinds of things, and it's incredibly rude in the first place. She started whining that I was ruining her wedding, and I told her I'd be happy to wear a dress if she wanted, but I wasn't wearing a wig.
Oh boy. This is the first one from the third episode. You sound like you're in the first episode again. You got a producer there. Have you tried him? Have you tried him reading it? Just give it the old try of someone else reading these Reddit stories for you to react.
A wig. Wedding day rolls around. I bought a dress that matched her theme. I was careful to get an ankle-length dress because I have very thick, dark leg hair that also hid all my tattoos, but I didn't wear a wig. Bride glared at me during the service and told me at the reception I ruined her wedding. She's since been posting on Facebook about how I wanted all the attention.
You're losing me. Let's just hear how you react to it. And yeah, he's putting the most basic of emojis on here to accentuate his points, and Dabble Story and believe those emojis make it look cheap. Get someone else to read for you. You're 0 for 3 in reading these. This is really hard to get through these. I don't think we're going to make it to 70 minutes like we did in the previous 2 episodes. This will be a 40-50 minute episode.
And no, you're not an asshole. Sounds like a shitty wedding with shitty people. Okay.
How long was that setup for you're at a shitty wedding with shitty people? Next. He's not a good public reader, G-Rob, is the problem. And he's got an audience base. He's got these simple reacts. He needs someone to help prompt him, like myself, to get some more react. What this is much more of a reading. An ATA, am I the asshole reading than reaction. Oh boy, here we go.
Am I the asshole for sleeping naked on top of the covers to teach my flatmate's girlfriend a lesson?
I feel like all he needs to do is read the headlines. Let's see. Let's see if he does any better.
What a title. Okay. So I, 21-year-old guy, live with my childhood best friend, 22, also a guy, and have done for 2 years now.
He's starting to go downhill. He started at a steady pace, but now he's going a little further downhill, and he's got to get faster and faster so he can get this report card over with and let the rest of the class do their report so he can sit back down and not be the center of attention.
Up until last week, things were perfect between us. However, he recently got a new girlfriend, 23, lady, and she honestly seems absolutely great except for one thing. She seemingly has a complete aversion to knocking.
Oh, yeah, as you mentioned that vocal fry, he really fried it up right there, Dabble Story. And and yeah, again, with these little cheap emojis, that knock on the door added nothing. This is a work in progress. You can improve. How many views you got? Like, you're a popular television personality. 55,000 views to my 5. Yeah, doing much better. Let me get my entertainment in your let's be careful which hole we put that in. I don't swing that way.
She and I have quite a lot in common, and I actually like spending time with her. However, it bugs the hell out of me when she just barges into my room without knocking first. Honestly, who does that?
The GIF barging in of low quality. There's like a 320p video or below there of someone barging into a door. I have better clips than that. I won't do the emojis, but I do have my clips, and getting in clips and interacting with the chat is really hard to do at the same time.
Oh, good for you.
That even though that was a still, I feel that is of a higher quality. Like here's some video. You pull them at 720p or 1020. I don't think my little buddy here can handle the 1020p. Oh, and StreamYard. I need to upgrade my membership to get the 1080.
What a sick joke!
See, you pull them at 720p, and they don't look like 320p.
She's never walked in on me doing anything untoward. I'm usually just chilling on my bed or studying at my desk. However, on at least 7 separate occasions, it's kind of like a random number to remember. So specifically, like 7 separate occasions, writer? Like really? Like how do you know it's 7, not 9, 4, or 5?
Wow, you have such an amazing ability to absolutely lose me in a story. Oh, how are you? I am curious of your other performances. This is a tough one. This is no Val Venus.
Like I'm sensing something here. I'm sensing exaggeration. I'm sensing like they have been and you've been like wanting them to like just invite you in, and you're just like, why can't we go to the Eiffel Tower? And maybe they're like, we don't want to go to the Eiffel Tower with you. Like we just want to go to the Louvre. And maybe you're like trying to get on this Eiffel Tower, and maybe she's not into you like that. And so maybe now you talked about.
I love the way that the producer's idea of spicing this up with these little clip art pictures of the Eiffel Tower. He's onto something, but it's not all the way there yet. You can keep on working it. Pardon me. I've got to hit the mute button when that shit happens. I do sometimes, but sometimes I just blatantly point it out. I can't let nonsense like that just fly by.
The jury's out. We need to keep reading. I'm just telling you that my amygdala went up, like my threat perceptor went up, and I just feel like 7 is like a random number, okay? I'm Olivia Benson, and this is Law & Order SVU, and I just feel like 7, really?
Like, what's really funny is these internet pictures that he got. He didn't even run them through Photoshop and then get the magic wand around him, so it looks a little better. So it, looks like she's actually sitting there, cheaply. Not that she's actually sitting there, but he's got the full picture. He did not cut her out with magic wand. That is my immediate note to improve these random images. Well, not random, these somewhat related images that are going up there. And Dabble Storian says he believes it would be 5 minutes to edit these videos for him. Yeah, this is very amateur. Me with my iMovie am calling bullshit. Is your producer your life partner? I understand why you would have him as your producer, but I think you need another producer over here, and we can take this to the next level. Me talking to someone who has 55,000 views on an 8-day-old video.
But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. We'll keep going. However, on at least 7 separate occasions, now she's done it first thing in the morning to ask if I want coffee. I sleep naked. Every time prior to the last one, I've been under the...
Like, honestly, I'm lost in the story already with his the way he talks and the just focusing on the fun part of the bad editing, the bad post-production, which that, like, if you're going for campy, like my stuff is campy. I do want to do a photo shoot at some point and go with a new theme, but here's my theme. I'm working with what I got right now. I've got an idea for a theme for a photo shoot, but that's not necessary right now. And campy, a choice to be campy, where it doesn't seem to be a choice to be campy here. It's just low skill. Yeah, that's got to be iMovie stock music. There's no way that I'm gonna have to mute that later.
I hate these non-sexual stories, Jared. There's no affairs. There's no cheating. Where's Scandoval?
He prefers the sexual stories. We'll have to look up who Jared is. I'm guessing that is his life partner, because this producer he's got is very rough around the edges.
Am I the asshole for not giving my mom money to buy a monkey?
That's funny.
Pretty sure I am not the asshole, but this is so ridiculous that I feel I need reassurance. My mom is in her mid-70s, not in super great health, and is obsessed with baby monkeys. She wants a pet monkey.
Baby monkeys turn into adult monkeys, and they will fuck you up
so bad, so she keeps trying to find one for sale on Facebook. Of course, she's been scammed like 20 times.
I got a monkey in my van. Just come into my van. Oh, the monkey's deeper into the van.
since Christmas. Our entire family and I have all told her she isn't going to find a legitimate monkey breeder on Facebook who's willing to accept $300 for a baby monkey. However, she won't listen and instead says, this one is on the up and up every single time. I'm to the point where I don't even want to argue, so I just tell her I hope she's right. Before you lose your minds, we've already gone down the whole monkeys.
How are you losing me on this story? You're losing me on a story with a baby monkey and an elderly woman who is dead set on it. I'm already lost. You're just a few seconds into this. No, don't read these. Have Jared read these on the next episode, and let's see how it goes.
Monkeys are not pets road, but that didn't stick. Anyway, here's where we are right now. My dad, also in his mid-70s, had emergency surgery on Monday and was just released from the hospital today, Thursday. On the way to pick him up, Mom called me talking to me again about this monkey and how she saved $350 for it, but had to use $120.
Oh boy. Oh, now Mom is looking to borrow $120 to buy a baby monkey who will absolutely tear her face off and nose and eat it, just like that news story a decade ago.
Of it to fix the lawnmower and probably needs to spend the rest on my dad's newly prescribed medications. So she can't buy her monkey this weekend like she planned. She didn't ever outright ask for money, but I told her that I felt awful and would buy.
I've got to interject every few seconds because the way you read. No, Jared, get Jared. He's right over there. He can talk into the microphone just as well as you can. At least I hope.
Her a monkey if I could afford it, but right now wasn't a great time as we had just had to pay our federal taxes. Later, I get this message.
Oh no, it's not over. This story. Okay. Oh, let's go to the chats to break this up a little bit. Your reading is absolutely killing me. Dabblestorian believes that he cuts these up as TikToks. That makes sense. That's something that if I launch my ASMR show this week, like the main target for that one actually is TikTok. So yeah, getting across multiple platforms, and it's a different avenue of monetization, a little more straightforward. A lot more straightforward than Twitch, actually. G-Rob says to get her a cute little dog and name it Monkey. Yeah, that's a nice little loophole. I got you a monkey. She will be like, her initial anger should be over with immediately because it's a fucking puppy. Who can be angry with a brand new puppy? Or that would be funny if she has some type of dog trauma. And well, her daughter would know about that. She doesn't mention any dog trauma in this. Dabblestorian says he's ripping off subreddit surfing. Cardiff might have to send him a cease and desist. Yeah, Cardiff is very staunch with those cease and desists. That's why I was very happy when he gave me permission to use the Creep Off Rip Off show and everything from the Karloff. So that's an idea that's brewing, but it will take some effort to put that forth each week. Isaac Walmart, thank you, sir. My jacket hat combo is on point. I am dressed up for a queer eye for the straight guy fellow, and I believe he would have no pointers for me. I believe the fedora and the 70s car salesman jacket is something that they would say is on point, as Isaac said. All right, here we go. Him reading is brutal. So, monkey. That's where we were. Mama wants to buy a monkey. She's an old lady, and she's $120 short.
Message from her saying she's so sorry for being selfish and asking for money. How she's never asked anyone for a dime, and it hurts so bad that she can't even borrow $200 from me. I told her I didn't remember her asking for money, but I apologize if I made her feel weird by telling her I'd buy it for her if I could. No response. Moments later, I got messages from my brother and little sister at the same time, pretty much describing exactly what I...
Your sister? How dare you do that to Mom?
I just went through with her. Little sister feels offered to buy her one from a reputable breeder in Florida. Brother is beyond pissed, and he just had to shell out all kinds of money after a car accident. So he's annoyed she is so upset over a monkey. She just sent another couple hundred in Walmart gift cards to another Facebook monkey breeder who is definitely on the up and up. Oof, will it ever end?
Come on, give that oof some emotion, man. You're killing us here.
A lot of you think she should be worked up for dementia. Well, I am not totally disagreeing. I don't really think that's what's going on here, but maybe. I'm not a doctor, so it's probably worth
More emojis, more terrible, cheap emojis.
thought. She's a sweet person for the most part, but is an absolute narcissist.
You can do a take two. There's nothing stopping you from doing a take two. I don't believe these are live streams. I'm pretty sure I got these from the well, I know they aren't live streams. They've got you're doing post production. We'll call it that. It's under the post production umbrella what this producer is doing to this video.
Narcissist. I think she might be bipolar, but she refuses to believe that, and as such is not medicated. She has a teeny tiny dog that is her baby. My dad has
just look at the DSM-4. The fact that, or they have a DSM-5 now. That's right, the mental health handbook, and see how many check marks she goes through. I tick a lot, many more for bipolar 2 than bipolar 1. I tick a lot of those check marks.
Has an outdoor cat, but she hates cats, so I'm surprised she hasn't dumped him in a field somewhere like she did with my cats. Yes, more than one when I was a kid. This family is sounding so intense. Anyway, I think I'm going to look into the monkey dolls. I know they are
a monkey doll. Once again, G-Rob actually has a much better idea than this original poster of getting her a little dog called Monkey. A monkey doll. She's gonna throw that against the fucking wall.
Obscenely expensive, but I think that is a much better option. That's a lot. That's just so much. And I think what I would recommend to you is to watch the Friends reunion and talk and just read what Ross said about that poor monkey. They're not pets. They're meant to be out in the jungle. They're meant to be like out running around. They don't want to be at your house. They don't even like you like that. Get a goddamn dog or a cat.
Oh boy, you're not the best. And once again, he just had such a little reaction to that. And a monkey, like the monkey, will grow up and kill this woman. That's the biggest thing. Oh boy. In the process of looking up Danny DeVito and Matilda, I need another moment, and we'll get to the next Reddit story to see how on you are. Someone in a bar said, oh, who the fuck was it? Kojak? There was some 70s show that I was unfamiliar with that he was like, that jacket looks like it's from Kojak. And maybe it was something else. I've got to look it up again. But I looked it up, and yeah, it looked like the jacket. And being that I got it from a secondhand store in Hollywood, this might be Kojak's jacket, or whoever the hell the 70s detective was that he was like, it looks like Kojak.
Am I the asshole for not giving my boss my first class seat? Yesterday, my boss and I were flying home from a conference. We were on the same flight, but our original seats were not next to each other. I'm a frequent traveler on this airline and use their credit card, so I often get free upgrades to first class. I got upgraded on this flight, and my boss did not. After the flight, when we were collecting our bags, she said she wanted to talk to me about my lack of respect for protocol. She thinks that because the company paid for my original ticket and she is more senior than me, I should have given.
All right. Oh boy, let Jared read these. Please, let Jared read these. This is the last one. Oh, we've only got a minute left of your show anyways. I would have liked to have cut that short there. All right, here we go. 1 minute left, and then we'll get to TikToks and we'll get on out of here.
Seat. I think this is absolutely insane. While the company paid for my seat, it is my personal credit card spending and frequent travel that earned me the upgraded seat. Is this some sort of corporate standard I'm not aware of? Am I the asshole? Interesting. I don't think you're the asshole. If she wanted a first class seat so bad, she should have made sure she got one, or she could have waited for another flight. And if y'all are in charge of your own upgrades and stuff, like, live your life. And how funny. I hope that you like winked at her when she walked by you. It was just like, enjoy your flight. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you're so not an asshole.
Oh boy, I've got a headache after this one. I could not follow any of those stories that he's reading. Yeah, he was a reality television show star, so he is a personality, maybe not so much an actor, because an actor would really put some sort of gusto behind those.
All these corporate people. Come on. Anyway, thank you so much for coming to our channel. We love
Maybe
you
they
so
would do a
much.
cold
We're
read.
gonna do another part of Reddit. Am I the asshole? We're doing another one. Jared's excited about it. I'm excited about it. We'll
Let
see you guys
Jared read. You got a concept, you got an audience. You can grow that audience with a co-host with the fashion sense that I do, because it is, outside of your usual audience. But I'm sure that you would absolutely agree that this is a good outfit. This doesn't need any improvement whatsoever. Your boss did not fucking exist, says Isaac Walmart. An emoji of a wink while he winks. That don't make no sense. Yeah, the producer is getting very cute with this. I think Jared is his life partner, and Jared is an amateur producer. Hopefully, they will both improve. They're both amateurs in what they're doing there. But let's get some fashion sense going on. We have Coffin Decay here. Let's see what her fashion is doing here.
How to dress to attract a man, a tutorial. Rule number 1, make sure your hair is always long and lustrous and never put up. Rule number 2, make sure to show a little skin, especially those stems, ladies. Rule number 3, footwear should be dainty and delicate. Rule number 4, show off that waist at all times. Rule number 5, always have a pleasant expression.
She looks like she's ready to now go into the Matrix with a bunch of guns. She's now gone too far in the other direction and turning off men. I'm in.
On your face. I promise you will attract a man.
I do need to describe these more since I'm attempting to do this as audio only. She was going against every single one of those tips, and her face at the end,
you will attract a man,
does look a bit psycho. But right before that last one, she went too far in the don't attract men type, and she looks like she's going into the Matrix with some guns, which is hot. Oh yeah, I do have that up. I can share that now. Where'd you go, Danny DeVito outfit? There you went, Danny DeVito outfit. So yeah, I'm actually even more of a of a terribly dressed man. I am more terribly dressed than Danny DeVito. He has a tie, and his jacket is actually a single color, mustard yellow. It kind of looks like, but yeah, I have a different take on that outfit, and I didn't see it. I Googled Kojak real quick, so maybe it was another 70s TV show that I'm not very familiar with. Staying on brand with the episode, and Jonathan Van Ness. Yes, that was our host for the day with Jonathan Van Ness. Here is a word from the LGBT community. We've heard from this auto-tuner before, Java Doodles. He'll get an auto-tune and do little cartoons.
I used to live in this really terrible apartment building, and on my floor there were these two guys who had those samurai swords that you might hang on the wall if you're into that. And one day they got into a pretend samurai sword fight in the hallway, but then the samurai sword fight turned real and one guy got stabbed.
They actually played with their souvenir swords. And I do have friends who collect those souvenir swords. I've never seen them fuck with it and have a sword fight with them. I've seen them like by themselves whirl it around, but never the play fighting with swords.
And had to go to the hospital, and he ended up being fine, but his blood was all over the hallway and the landlord didn't clean it up. And I thought, isn't this really unsanitary?
Yes.
And it was really hot that summer, and the hallway started to
months on end, dried blood.
Smell like that guy's decaying body. And one time I saw him and I said, this is what you're going to smell like when you die. And he didn't think it was funny. And I was like, whatever, dude.
Most people don't get to experience what they smell like when they're rotting. This is you rotting.
Lost a fake samurai sword fight.
It wasn't a fake fight. It was a play fight that turned into a real fight. And Anita Fitmom has nothing to do with anything with Jonathan Van Ness, but we haven't seen her pop up beyond the first time. So let's see what Anita Fitmom is doing with her pottery.
So people are usually asking me for tips and tricks when doing pottery, and I am no expert by any means. As you can see, my piece is a little wobbly right now. But usually they say to use caution when things are slippery when wet. But actually in pottery, it's the exact opposite. Nothing goes as planned if things are not slippery and wet. So it helps keep the piece in line. It helps form the piece more easily. So that is my tip and trick for today. I hope you guys enjoyed my live, and I will see you soon. Bye.
Well, if we were in that live, G-Rob, we certainly would have figured out. She can't keep that dress like that the whole time if there was some lip, but she must be intelligent enough to throw on some panties when doing that. And I just looked up Columbo Dabble story, and doesn't look like he wore a jacket like this. It was a different trench coat. And, of course, to take us out, it is my ever popular, I don't know how popular it is with the viewers, it's popular with me, Sexy Clowns. And we've been giving credit. Snickersnee is this sexy clown. Yay! Won't mirror. He held up a sign that said, "I heart cream pies," and clowns are fans of cream pies. No, meet me after class. You must now wear the hat, and if you want to play like that, you have to act like that too. Let's just get a little still of this thick, sexy clown. Big fan. I think I'm a bigger fan. The last one last week definitely had an OnlyFans. This looks like she probably has an OnlyFans. I have not paid for clown porn. If it does come up in strip chat, I definitely will stop. There's a gamer girl on strip chat who will be playing her video games, and she's got 3 cameras going at once. One on the video game, one on her playing, and one on her love lens down here. And that is a fun little spin on gameplay. Dabblestorian, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid Jackets, LA Confidential, Dragnet, Matilda, all possible places that jacket came from. Yeah, I wish I could remember the exact one that the Barfly asked. Is that from 1970s show? And I don't know. Holy shit, it might be the one. Yeah, when you have stuff circulating around Hollywood, you never know if you have a famous jacket. One time I got to work with the Wall from St. Elmo's Fire. Very exciting. How do I know it's the Wall? It was written on the back of the truss. St. Elmo's Fire. I hate that movie so much, and I absolutely love that music video. The music video is perfectly hokey, and the movie is fucking awful. When Joel Schumacher misses, he really misses. You could do a couple of a whole like now I'm just malfunctioning my brain thinking of Batman and Robin and St. Elmo's Fire in the same night. Let's not go down that rabbit hole. Possibly Kramer's Jacket. It was a 1970s reference. And boy, that is very teasing, isn't it? If I was going to bring that up, I should have known the answer. I've done that a few times, but we're improving as a broadcaster, just as hopefully Jonathan Van Ness improves in his broadcasting of reading. Oh, that was a hard one. Like, that is a good concept that he should not be reading his own stories. Good luck, Jonathan Van Ness. You've got a built-in fan base. I think bring me along with Jared as an associate producer, and I've got some type of experience. Oh boy, that hurt. Today's episode hurt. Jonathan Van Ness, we will return to you at some point, but oh man, you did not lube me up for that one. Raw is bad, Jonathan Van Ness. You were very aware of that as a Queer Eye man. And I have been a Strange Eye guy today. Thank all you so much for joining. Thanks for chatting. And fuck it. Let's not do the shill segment. I'm signing off. Thank you for coming. Now go away and check out my other videos.